What is up, you guys? It's James from James Reptiles. In today's video, I was planning on feeding some snakes, but then I kind of just forgot it was snake feeding day and I just did other stuff I had to do. First off, Glenn got me this really cool print. It's of his snakes. He got it for me for Christmas and it's really awesome. He does a lot of this kind of stuff. I'm sure it was just one that he had around and he felt like it's something I would enjoy, which I do. I absolutely do. It's awesome. I love the color. I love the snakes. I obviously know these snakes. I work with these snakes. He does a lot of cool, awesome prints and different mugs and magnets and house pads and all different cool stuff. And even though they're his snakes and not your snakes, they're actually really beautiful. All his snakes, he picks really good snakes to breed and to work with. So all of his prints end up looking beautiful. So this is definitely going to go somewhere around here, and I'll hang it up in the near future. But moving on, my fish had a baby. I'm not sure, the timeline's super fuzzy. It looks to be 3 to 4 days old. Of course, this is the first baby fish I've had, so that's just kind of like based on videos and other stuff and all the research I've done. It looks to be 3 to 4 days old. That would mean that the mom gave birth not too long ago, which means she would be pregnant before I got her. So that being said, when I went to the fish store, there's females in one tank and males in another. Obviously there was a little bit of mix-up or something, or there was a male or something or something or something. So I don't know which female gave birth, but guppies are known to retain sperm, so at least for like 2 or 3 clutches, I can't guarantee any of the babies are from my male. Not that it really matters at this point. I'm kind of just making mud guppies that I want to look a little bit like mine. I'm going to try to get a picture for you. I tried earlier. I couldn't find it. It's just one. There's only one. So odds are it's probably going to get eaten. Eventually I'll put some Java Moss in there. I have some growing in another tank. It's not quite big enough. I might end up just throwing it in there anyway, though, just in case the rest of the other 2 females drop, which they probably will shortly. And it's times like this, I'm really glad I got a 3rd female just to kind of help and maybe next time when there's a lot of babies, it gives them a better chance to survive. Nevertheless, in today's video, I'm just going to be showing off all my leopard geckos and my fat tails, and I'm going to be raising the heat up a little bit. And come tomorrow, I'll start feeding them some superworms, so you'll see that in Monday's video. For me, it'll be Sunday, but for you, it'll be Monday. Nevertheless, let's get into it and enjoy. There's multiple. There's more than one. Aw. You can see him back there, just fed the tank. I saw the parents chasing him around, trying to eat him. Of course, there's tons of dense foliage in my tank, so they couldn't quite catch him alone. But when they started cornering him, I was getting worried, so I started feeding it, and there's more than one baby. Oh, I can't wait to grow them up and see what they look like. One's right here. There's at least 2. They're so cute. I gotta get like a breeder box or something. Yeah, I definitely gotta get a breeder box or something. Man, I really want to produce a bunch of guppies and sell them and trade them at my auction and do all sorts of cool stuff. I'm super into fish. This just really like tightens that bolt down. I just love them. Of course, it's gonna be hard to keep fish here in my apartment. I can't really get away with more than my 2 tanks without causing any trouble or unnecessary stuff that I don't want to deal with. So I'm definitely going to keep these 2 tanks going, this one and the other one. The other one being my little show tank, and this one being my guppies. But, I'll raise some babies up, sell some babies, and eventually sell off the adults or feed them off or do something and get some blue Moscows. I think that'd be killer. Man, I tell you what, I'm used to it taking a while to raise some animals up and get them breeding. Reptiles, you usually buy them as babies because you want to make sure you pick the best ones and stuff like that. Guppies, it's kind of different. You just kind of get some and you start doing it. I got my female rack right here, my male rack. I'm going to start at the bottom just because I normally start at the top with the males. I'm going to start at the bottom. Of course, this has the male in it. This is my Het Tremper albino male. He is actually like a little bit of a bandit. That little stripe across the nose right there kind of means bandit. It's a very wishy-washy thing. Like, it's not from Bandit bloodline, but it technically is a Bandit. Not that anyone cares. And these are my two Tremper females. I don't know why, they love hiding under the paper towel. I get that a lot from African fat tails, but this is their setup, just 2 little egg boxes, water dish, 2 different hides. And these guys aren't old enough to breed. They're not going to breed this year. I'm probably going to take that male to an expo and just keep those 2 females and basically count that as a win. I paid $50 for the trio. I got a super good deal on that. But yeah, I'll probably end up taking the male to an expo and picking up a nicer Tremper male, maybe a Tremper with something else in it, and make some Tremper heads or something. Maybe I'll get a Raptor. But nevertheless, let's move on. Up next is my Blizzard Trixie. Trixie's always in the humid hide. I got geckos like that are always in the humid hide. She's not super big. She's one of the geckos I rescued from a guy. He had, I believe, 2 males and like 6 females in in an Exoterra meant for like crested geckos. Like, it was tall, and it was one of the stupidest things I ever seen. I paid $200 and I bought all 7 geckos that he had. But this is Trixie. She's nice. If I can fatten her up and if I can get her to lay a couple eggs, that'd be cool. If I can get the Black Knight, produce some super dark Blizzard head Eclipse babies, I think that'd be stellar. And next up is Tristina. Tristina was another rescue. She's just always been really skinny, and I'm not sure why. She's super colored down right now. Yeah. I'm not really sure what's up with her. I cooled her down just to kind of reset her, and we'll see what happens. If anything else, if she doesn't eat super worms or anything for me, I'll probably get her some hornworms and see if she takes those. Moving on up, we have my fat tails. These 2 girls, this is my original breeder girl. Every time she breeds, she just looks really terrible. She gets super weak. She's missing a bunch of toe tips. She's got some underbite, but she definitely breeds for me. And at the end of the day, if you're trying to be a breeder, that's kind of what you care about. If I only have the 1 female breeding, that's fine. It's better than none. And this female is one of her daughters. She's also going to breed because I have a different male. And she looks a lot better. She's definitely not up to size this year, so I'm probably going to put her in a separate tub before I introduce the male in here. And then I'll definitely watch the male very closely with this girl, just so it doesn't beat her up too much. You know, get in and get out. And if she lays, she lays. If she doesn't, not the end of the world. These 2 girls, these are my 2 Tug Snows. They're very large, and if you look closely, they're each missing a hand. That's how I got them, and that's kind of why I got them. They're just my little pets, and they're each missing a hand, lefty and righty. Yeah, these are just 2 I found at work when they were babies. They both lost their hand within a week of each other in the same rack at work, and I said, I'm taking both of those home. And then I dropped this tub. This is Malloy. He's my oldest leopard gecko. He's my oldest reptile. You can see he's missing some toes. He's definitely been in a fight or 2 on accident. It's never a good thing to put males together, but sometimes it just happens and you can't tell the geckos apart. This is my male fat tail. It's patternless whiteout. Very nice, very expensive, very high end, but he's not big and bulky like I want him. He's kind of a thin guy. So he is one of the ones I'm trying to bulk up. If I can bulk him up and I can get that female to go, that fat tail female, if I can get her to lay some good eggs, that's basically what's going to make or break this year. Not make or break, it's always made because the crested geckos are always going and always selling. This is Big Boy. Big Boy is my het radar, which is the Bell and Eclipse. I don't have a female for him, and I don't even know if he's actually that. He's one of the males that I rescued. The guy was real shady. I don't really trust him. I just took him because he was going to kill all these geckos. So this guy is probably going to be sold as a pet at one of the shows. I'll probably put him up for sale pretty cheap. Moving on to my last gecko. My last gecko, you can see him right there. This is a Black Knight Eclipse. His name is Apex. You can see he's not huge. That's just because he's young. It's not because of any dietary actions or anything like that. He's just young. So I'm really hoping I can get him up to size a little bit more before I put him in with some females. And basically, Black Knights don't actually get that big. There's one of the strains of line-bred geckos. They kind of stay smaller. That's just how it goes sometimes. You see that in other animals and stuff like that. Some morphs are bigger, some morphs are smaller. It's just one of those things. I know blizzards are usually angrier. Black Knights are a lot jumpier. You can definitely see the eclipse. At work, we have some Black Knight eclipses. We have like 1 or 2, and they have just a little bit of like, their hands are white, and not even up the arm, just the hand, not on the face, not on the belly, just the hand, not on the arm, and the sides are like bright yellow. So they look really terrible in my opinion. My guy's pretty amazing. So hopefully he goes this year. If he goes this year, you'll see me pay off my car or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, those are my geckos. Those are my leopards and my fat-tailed geckos. Hopefully I'm going to produce them this year. I've produced fat-tails for the last 2 years. Like I said in a previous video, I sold a bunch of females and I sold my nice male just to buy this really nice male, this expensive male. And I don't know if he's going to cut it this year. We might have to wait a year. We might have to pick up a different male. I'm kind of skeptical about it. These leopards, I don't know if any of them are going to go. Of course, I want to sell a couple males. I'll probably keep Malloy. I'm on the fence about that. He is my oldest. He is my original, but I'm a breeder and I have no reason to keep him for the next 20 years because I bought him as a baby like 4 years ago. But anyway, that's it for today. I'm James from James Reptiles. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. All that really helps out the channel. It's a small channel. We're at 32 subscribers. That's better than 0 in my opinion. Make sure to hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, jameswithreptiles@gmail.com. Instagram is the one that I'm always on. I'm trying to hit 300 followers by New Year's. That's not going to happen, but I'm still optimistic. You know, maybe we'll gain a couple here and there. We're like 294, which is it's growing so slow. But I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to keep posting pictures. You guys keep liking them. All that really helps out. I'm going to be feeding some snakes in tomorrow's video and feeding these guys. Actually, let's get these guys up real quick. So it's at 80. That's just no reason. It's set to 81. It's just at 80 because it's nighttime and it cooled down a little bit. But we're just going to wait. It's 85, 87. And I'm going to put it at 92. I'm going to put it at 92. And come tomorrow midday, I'm going to temperature check because this is old heat tape. That's new heat tape. And the probe's on that one. So it's kind of hard to tell. And I kind of want them a little bit warmer this year just because it didn't work out too well last year sitting at 90. So I just want them a little bit warmer this year, and that'll help get them past all that fluctuation when it drops, when it's super cold at night and on those really cold days. So nevertheless, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow's video. I do post every day, and enjoy your animals.